So what is the, I'm not calculating right now, but what is the kind of revenue that you make monthly?
So earlier we were doing 4 to 5 lakhs and per month before, and now it's hitting between 8 to 15 lakhs in the last three
Oh, that's
months.
amazing. In such cases, what was your journey when, it was like handling a business, being an entrepreneur, being a mother and a wife? So, how was your journey, and what can one learn from you and implement the same in their life as a female entrepreneur?
We'll not be able to, like, we cannot multitask. So
Yeah.
we cannot cook, we cannot see their children as well. Like, of course we'll have to concentrate on our family and everything that is there, but still, like, we cannot put our 100%. Of course, even my daughter used to say, like, I'm not attending school functions and
What are your thoughts on, taking action for that individual? What that individual should do in that case if they're not getting the support from the family?
like my husband was always supportive even when he was working. Resign your job and then you can, like, we can see the business together. So that's the power of women, like, entrepreneurship. So, like, any women, like, if they start their own business and
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Female Founders Podcast. The aim of this podcast is to highlight more women's stories and bring to you amazing women who are doing well as entrepreneurs. And today we have with us Saranya, who is running a digital marketing agency, Digital Veda Solutions, and we'll try to understand her journey as a mother, as a wife, and her success in the entrepreneurial sector. Welcome to the show, Saranya.
hi Manmeet, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. So, today we are going to ask you lots of questions to understand how you got started, where you are, what you're doing, and most importantly, the one thing that we try to highlight in this podcast is challenges, because everybody talks about their success stories, but what people want to learn is what have been the challenges and how can they overcome that. So, let's
Sure.
get started.
Sure.
Okay. So my first question is that why did you choose to be an entrepreneur and why did you choose to do business?
So I finished my graduation. I don't know, maybe, like, even when I was doing BE, like, I had passion to start business only. So that's why I joined MBA. But for some story, like, from MBA, I switched to MTech and I finished MTech. And but when I was doing MTech, I saw my student, I saw my friends. They were like that time, like IT corporate, like that was kind of it was kind of high thing during that time. So I just wanted to, since most of my friends got placed in CTS, TCS, like I finished B and joined MTech. By the time, like, they joined in IT companies. So I just wanted to explore, like, how the IT companies were. But then I joined there. Like, I was working with Infosys. The first company I got interviewed is from Infosys, and I luckily got selected, and then I joined there. But then, like, after 10 months, I felt like this is not my calling, and I resigned my job. And after a few months, like after my daughter was born, joined college as a lecturer. There also, I just worked for 4 to 5 months. Then I felt like that is not my calling. I don't know, like, I didn't feel the happiness within. And after that, like, I started immediately quitting from this thing. I started my own business, which is a boutique. So that's a clothing business. So, like, that once I started that, there is no looking back. That, like, I was so happy and passionate. I was just working towards that. Like, I was running it for 10 to 11 years. So when I was doing that, like, I understood that, like, marketing digitally, like, I don't know, like, even when I had physical showroom, like, I was so much interested to promote my products online only. So I was learning by myself how to promote products online and all this kind of stuff. But once the COVID hits, then I got time to learn. So I enrolled myself in the sessions, Soroj's 4 month session. So immediately, like, during the COVID time, like, once it hit, like, immediately I joined. Luckily, they opened the batch, and then, like, I concentrated in my digital marketing business. So, like, I feel like this gives me happiness. I couldn't say some more other reason. Like, this is my happiness, and family is supporting a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that what you've mentioned is that you've chosen to do what you love and you figured out your calling along the way. And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't like it was overnight, tomorrow I'll get up and I want to do business. You took your own sweet time and then you got into this, and it took about 11 years, like you said, to get into a fully digital business. And of
Exactly.
course, COVID was a time where it was difficult for a lot of people, but somewhere, it benefited some people like us.
Yes.
Though it's not the very right thing to say, but that's how it was.
True, true. I agree. Yeah.
And I would just want to understand, are you still running that boutique?
Like that, I have given to like one of my staffs. Like I have handed it over to her, so she is running it. I'm not looking into it because my full concentration is my digital marketing agency. So she is running it. She'll just let me know the numbers, like what
Yeah,
sales
yeah.
happening. She's come. She knows because she was working with me for a long time.
Yeah. So that means the business is still running. It's just that you've automated in a way that an expert is there to now handle it in your, and that's truly, a business owner. I always say this and I think somebody's going to point out that she says this in every podcast, that it's in the business and on the business. So
Of course,
actually, it's your business, but you're not working in the business, you're working on the business now.
of course.
So that's like a great achievement to begin with.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And when it comes to, digital marketing agency today, if you look at the internet, there are so many people who are providing marketing services. Every third or fourth person is, opening an agency and operating as a freelancer. And digital marketing is a big umbrella. There's so much under it that you can, just
Ocean.
dive deep into it. Yeah, it's like an ocean. So how did you figure out that which is the service or the offer that you're going to, deliver to your clients as a part of your marketing agency?
Okay. So I'll just let you know like how my journey got started. So that like initially like when I learned digital marketing, like that was not like I didn't figure out that like I work with mostly coaches or I will work with only service providers. But then I got acquainted with Gaurav Gurbaksani, so one of the 9 digital masters. So I was working as account manager with the digital market. So when I was working with the account manager, like I was overlooking all the once I finished my course, and then I got to meet him. He came to Chennai. I got to meet him, and then like I used to attend his 7 a.m. club. So actually, my learning helped me to get into this. And then all the clients who are coming into digital market, they are coaches. So I got to like within this 2 to 3 within this 3 years span, like I got to work with at least minimum 500 to 600 coaches. So day in and day out, I started with so many leads, so many clients, and then we offered so many solutions. So that time, like I didn't have my own team. I was just managing the accounts, and then I'll be like speaking to the clients, and then I'll be delegating the projects to the other people. So when I was doing that, since I got to interact with so much of coaches and consultants, so I understood them very well, like what is that niche and what is the challenge they are facing and how we'll have to help them. So they are all mentored by Siddharth Rajshekar. He's one of the top digital coaches. So like they are mentored in that way, and then like we did the like right from branding till the complete sales funnel setup, we started doing for the clients. So that's how like since I got the experience working with the coaches, I started with the coaches, then service providers, my local friends here, they like since I got successful and they saw my testimonials and everything, so they slowly started asking me whether you can do it for me. So then I finalized so even e-commerce people who are into e-commerce approached me, but then like I felt like service providers I can help them with, like I don't want to cater to so many people, so coaches and service providers like I would love to work with. And then I started working with coaches and service providers. Yeah.
Okay, right, right. I would want to ask, when you've mentioned that you started working with coaches and service providers, right? And there's always a process in how you deliver to a client and what is exactly they're looking for. And especially when it comes to the coaches market, because that is, I think, the hot topic today, that
Of course.
everybody, is becoming a coach and a consultant and is becoming a knowledge expert. What is the process that you might have identified which is repeatable, that every coach needs this, like this is the step 1, step 2, step 3, and this is how a coach is going to progress in the digital space? Let's understand that.
All right. So for a coach, so if someone decides, so coach, digital coach, like they are nothing, they are someone like they have some skills and they wanted to deliver it to the people digitally, right? So for them, like the first step is like they need to have a right branding. So they need to have to get started with, even before starting with the website and all those kind of stuff, they need to have branding, and they need to have clarity about what kind of courses they are going to offer. So like they'll have to like what are they going to offer in the level 1, what are they going to offer in the level 2, or if they are offering high ticket, what is that particular service they are going to offer. So that's how like they need to have clear clarity. And once that is done, they need to know like what is the problem their target audience, they need to have that clarity about like what is the problem their target audience is facing, and what is the solution they are going to offer. So what are the top 3 problems, at least top 3 to 5 problems they need to identify, and then what is the solution they are offering, and with that solutions, by the solution they are offering, like what is the impact they can create for this target audience. So that should be in mind, like providing solution to their target audience should be in their mind. So once all these things are ready, then they need to have a proper website, landing page, and then once they get the lead, they need to have the proper automation and nurturing system. Mostly most of the coaches, they are doing webinars. So like once they are webinar, like they need to have a proper email nurturing system in such a way that like they need to be segmented. How many people have registered? How many people have registered but didn't attend? How many people have registered, attended, but they didn't attend the webinar fully? So all this kind of data they should collect, and then they'll have to send the nurturing emails in such a way that like they get convinced, and then they come into their funnel, and then they experience their service. So to any coach, what I would suggest is like offer a good service, like highly, at least 10x valuable, highly 10x valuable service at least at a minimum price. For example, if you're offering your first level at 2,000, your value should be at least 10,000 to 20,000. So once they experience that, then what I have found is like people are ready to even buy 50,000 rupees project immediately. From 2,000, people are ready to even jump to 50,000 if they are really giving that much valuable, like from their existing state to the desired state. If they are able to help, definitely like any coach can succeed. That is my
Right.
experience with all these clients. Yeah.
Right, right. So I think following the process from point to point
Yeah,
can
they need
make
to decide about their sales funnel clearly, whether they are going to do webinar, or they are going to do 3 days workshop, or any challenge, or they just wanted to do it like book the call and then close the lead. So like they need to have a clarity about the funnel. So it depends on person to person. So what I would suggest is like instead of they taking time and doing the brainstorm, like they can register with some, they can consult with some agency, and then they can get the works done for them, so that they like it will reduce their learning curve, and also they can start seeing the sales sooner.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, working with a trusted person and expert kind of saves your time to
Of
deliver
course.
faster because they've
Yeah.
done it before, so they can do it for you in a much quicker and a much faster
Exactly.
way.
Yeah, yeah. So they have the templates and everything, they can get it done faster.
Right, right, absolutely. And if I may ask, how many clients are you dealing with currently?
So currently, last month we onboarded 20. So I'm sorry that I don't have the exact numbers. Last month we onboarded 21 coaches.
Okay,
So like for those 21 coaches, we used to do bulk onboarding,
okay,
uh, digital market. So that's how we do. And other than we have 2 separate categories. One is like since we are working with digital market, we used to onboard bulk of clients, and the other one is our own direct clients.
yeah.
So we have digital market and digital Veda. So I think totally, I don't have the exact numbers as of now. My team would know, but then I think right now from digital market we onboarded 21 clients, and our own clients now we are working with paid ads 34
Okay, okay. That
right
means you
now.
are handling about 60 to 70 clients per month. Is that correct?
Yeah, once the branding work is done, so then if we finish, once the branding work is done, and who is affordable for our retainer services, then start, at least 20% of the people will register for come to our retainer services, like social media marketing, paid ads, and everything.
Okay, got it. And what is the fee that you charge for branding, and what is your retainer fee?
So branding, we have a package. So in that package, we offer logo, all the course names, we'll be designing in the box designs, right? So 3D box designs, so boxes and banners we would do, and we do the website. And we have 2 different packages. One is 40K, and other one is including sales funnel, everything we'll be giving it to them, the complete funnel. So that we charge around 80K plus GST.
Okay, okay, that's great. Okay, so what is the, I'm not calculating right now, but what is the kind of revenue that you make monthly?
Monthly, earlier we were using, like, I was just seeing the data 2 weeks ago. So earlier we were doing 4 to 5 lakhs and per month before, and now it's hitting between 8 to 15 lakhs in the last three
Oh, that's
months.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. And I would love to understand, since
It's this transformation, we have got only in the last I would say like 4 to 6 months. Before
yeah,
that,
yeah, I
I
think.
was just making less. Yeah.
Yeah, that was about to be my next question, because a lot of people, might listen to this and feel, oh my God, that's such a big number, that's such a big transformation. I also want this for myself. But a lot of people don't realize that when the money comes to you and when the success comes to you, it's not really overnight, or it's not really that, it has
Uh,
happened. Like you
Last year, for
mentioned,
this year, I was just making 1 lakh per month.
yeah,
Last year. Mm.
like you mentioned that this happened in the last 4 to 6 months. I'm sure that you've mentioned that you've been working in this business for quite some time now. So this is the effort that has now, compounded in the last 4 months, but you've been working for, let's say, last 2 years on this, or last 1.5 years on this. So I would want you to highlight that how difficult it was, or how easy it was to keep that patience when the money was not coming in, and still, having the motivation to keep going.
Yeah. Mm, what I would say is like, see, like we have to run business, like we need to have definitely patience. So I'm like, since I have experience with the other business, I have that strong mindset that like at least we'll have to wait between 3 to 5 years uh, to see the results. And I am very confident of my hard work, because day in and day out, without even most entertainment and something else, like mostly I'll spend my time learning, or I'll spend my time talking with the client leads or team. So that's how we are spending. So somewhere like we have put the root, so like seeds, so that has to come up, right? So that is the thing, and definitely we'll face challenges, because we need to have money to pay our team, right? So we have built the
Yeah.
team, somehow we'll have to manage all those things are there. So what I would suggest, because of the mistakes I had made, what I would suggest the other entrepreneurs is like, we'll have to be very careful in handling the money. We'll have to be very careful in managing the money. So if that is there, then like we need to have, so like in the last 4 to 6 months, I'm able to achieve this, because I expected this at the starting of this year itself, January itself. Like if we work this way, this is how we'll work. At least I had some approximation, and I was able to hit it. That is one thing. And then what I would say is like, so there is no other go. If you had become entrepreneur, so just because I am earning now, like I'll have to put in the hard work, and I'll have to, unless and until I grow to the next stage, like I'll have to put in a lot of hard work, because again I'll go back to what I had earned before. So like that consistency and patience should be there for any entrepreneur. Without that, like if you jump into entrepreneur, like seeing the fancy of the money and all those kind of stuffs, definitely will not be able to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this is a very important topic that should be, discussed. And with that, how do you, handle stress? Because I'm sure that sometimes a client dropped, okay, this work is not done nicely. Suddenly, a team member wants to leave your team and go tomorrow, and does not want to continue with the team member that you've had high hopes with, because, this is coming from a personal experience as an agency owner. So we have these, bombs on us every morning, or maybe,
Yes.
sometimes randomly, like you've got
Yeah.
from a good sleep and you've had a resignation email in your inbox. So how do you handle stress as an entrepreneur? Do you do something differently, or what are your hacks?
Yeah. So even I have faced the same thing what you had told earlier. But then what I would say is like I have that all, like I have this thing in always in mind. Even if I am not there, business should run. So
Yeah.
so I have this plan in mind, and always when I take up a project, I'll assign like one or more for each and every project, I will assign one primary account manager, and there will be a secondary account manager as well.
Yes.
So like if this primary account manager is taking leave or anything, like even if she's resigning, like the secondary manager would be able to take up. So that's how we save the files. That's how like everything would be transparent. How everything would be documented transparently. So So like we have like even couple of days ago, like one of the account managers, she's very good at her work and everything, but then like her family is not supporting the job, so she has to resign. She told me personally and all this kind of stuff. So, but then like definitely I'll miss her personally. But then like she like I'm able to manage only because like we have now I have got the systems. That's what I said. Like only in the last 6 months I did it. Before even
Yeah.
before, like I was struggling to do all this kind of stuff. And then what I did is like 1 month I stopped taking leads. I stopped taking completely any leads. So I just sat to work on my systems. Even now, like there are a lot of scope of improvements for my system. Srinivas from Alpha Club, so he's helping me with the systems. So definitely, like whatever he had helped me, like that has helped me. And 1 month I was okay to lose the leads. I was okay to lose the money what I'm going to get, so that like I'll channelize at least few things. So I channelized few things in that meantime. Like still I have lot of scope of improvement, like lot of scope of improvement. But still like that, yeah, that time like it helped me.
Yeah, understood. So, it boils down to system and processes and sitting, keeping things in a systematic ways so that the presence of a person does not bother you. And everything, even if there's like a stress buster coming, you know how to handle it because your system and processes are in place. So you wouldn't get that kind of a stress that you might get when things are not in place, is what I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's great. And this might come as like a very odd kind of a question, but I would want to know that as since you're a mother as well, you're a wife, and as a female entrepreneur, we have challenges that are a little different from male entrepreneurs. They have their own set of challenges, but our challenges are a little different. There are expectations of managing the family, managing the home, taking care of stuff, and similarly, you have the expectation in the business, handling the clients, handling the team, and there's, I think, a lot of pressure that boils from both sides. In such cases, what was your journey when it was like handling a business, being an entrepreneur, being a mother and a wife? So, how was your journey, and what can one learn from you and implement the same in their life as a female entrepreneur?
See, like what I would say is like we should not mind about others' opinion. So it's okay. Like if your family is supportive, that's fine. Like I don't bother about attending all the functions, attending everything, all those kind of stuffs. But that's just because they'll think wrongly about me because I know my own pressure and everything. But then definitely like I'll speak to them. Like one of us will go and attend. Like if it is a family function or something like that, either one of us will go and attend. And if I'm not able to attend, definitely like whenever it is possible, I'll try to attend. And then whoever is understanding you, definitely they'll able to get it because like if we decide to do business, like we'll have to be okay with everything. We'll not be able to like we cannot multitask. So
Yeah,
we cannot cook, we cannot see your children as well. Like of course we'll have to concentrate on our family and everything that is there, but still like we cannot put our 100%. We need to understand like focus, and then like that's how we'll have to plan. So of course even my daughter used to say like I'm not attending school functions and everything. Of course I'll attend. So only for the few functions like I'll not be able to make it because that time like those kind of meetings is not available, unavoidable. But one of the parents we would go. But then like slowly like now my daughter has started understanding. Before she had that thing, but then like she started understanding that yeah, just because of the efforts you are putting in, now we can start seeing results. And she is kind of happy with like how the company is growing and everything, because and your family will start understanding. Like if we keep putting our efforts and focus, definitely at one point of time, like seeing your growth, seeing the company's growth and everything, like family will start accepting you. So that is fine. Like you cannot,
absolutely.
like anyways, like for any person, like we cannot satisfy 100% fully. So if your family, like if your first circle is happy with you, that is fine. We need not think
Absolutely.
about so many people. Like we cannot confuse ourselves. We need not confuse ourselves.
Yeah, I think I've got like a lot of golden nuggets from what you just said. A little bit of that is
Thank
the few points that I've understood and I also believe in is number one. We are not pizza. We can't make everyone happy. So might as well just keep, the inner circle happy. Our immediate parents and our husband's parents and, our children, keep that immediate circle happy, and just realize that whether they are okay and whether they are aligned with your goals and, what your vision in life is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Second, I think very nicely that you've mentioned is that you cannot give your 100% everywhere, is because you are one single being, and when you focus on something, when you are trying to do two things together, it's definitely 50-50. You can
Of course.
choose to make it 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, whatever it is, but it will never be 100 and 100, because that's 200. So you
Correct.
need to pick your own battles, and you need to pick where you need to concentrate. And I think, like the last thing that you mentioned is that need not confuse ourselves. Like, go with the pace, go with the flow, and there is nothing as such of taking all the pressure that I'm going to do it. Like a lot
Yeah.
of times, I think even as women, as how we are raised and our emotions, there's a feeling, no, I'm going to do it all, and that's not
Mm.
possible. Like
Of
you
course.
need to, have that space for yourself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, like my in-laws, be it my parents, my in-laws, whoever it is, like in my close circle, they are very supportive. So I didn't have that pressure of handling them first.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't mind about the second circle of people.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I'd like to ask this question. I'm not sure, how much will you be able to answer since you've not been on that journey. Because I get this question sometimes, and sometimes I'm not able to answer it because, again, I've not been that on the journey. I have got the support from my in laws, like I get from my own parents. So I've never had a problem of saying that, I need to fight the ground. But there
Mm.
are, like you mentioned, about your team member, where she's not getting the support from family members. So if a
Mm.
female wants to do something, she wants to be independent and wants to become an entrepreneur, yet is not getting the support from the family. What are your thoughts on, taking action for that individual? What that individual should do in that case if they're not getting the support from the family?
For the job or entrepreneurship?
I think entrepreneurship, precisely.
Of course, we need our support, but still, like since I haven't been in that
Yeah.
journey, like I'm not able to answer this properly. But then, like what my opinion, like if I am in that place, what I would do is like I would still try to do like what I wanted to do. Like in
Yeah.
my place, like I'll keep doing, and then I'll start showing them the results. So only then, like they'll start to understand,
Yeah.
and then definitely see, like before my husband, like he was in IT. Like my husband was always supportive, even when he was working, like he was in IT. But then like when I started business, and then like slowly like we were growing and all this kind of stuff. So once we were in the stage that like we'll be able to stabilize, so that time like I was able to confidently tell him like you can resign your job, and then you can like we can see the business together. So that's the power of women doing like entrepreneurship. So like any women, like if they start their own business, and then like if they are very much consistent and putting hard work and all those kind of stuff, so one like at one point of time definitely they'll start seeing success. At that point of time, like what I would trust is like definitely they're like a family member, whoever it is, first circle or second circle, whoever it is, like they'll start speaking oppositely, like they'll start supporting us. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
if we have that passion, definitely like we'll have to continue with that. Like we'll have to show our consistency and efforts. Definitely at one point of time, like we can convince them, of course, with the
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. I think I have similar thoughts, and I've termed it in a way. I've termed it as hide and seek. You have to hide it from your first circle when they're not supporting you, because if you tell them, they won't, support you or give you the motivation or give you enough resources to do it. So hide. Get your first client, get your first payment, and show them, show and tell. Give that
Yeah,
first payment to your parents, and I'm sure they would feel proud.
of
Uh,
course.
and I'm sure that they didn't give your 100% commitment in at that point, but slowly and gradually, when you start doing with the first, the second, and the third. And the best thing is that you're working from home as an entrepreneur. That's the
Yeah,
best thing that parents would like, female parents for
of course.
sure.
Yeah, correct. Exactly.
Looking at the safety concerns that all the parents have. So hide and seek is, hide, show them, give them the
Yeah,
first payment, and then show them the perks of working from home, from the house itself. And I'm sure the parents will slowly and gradually give in. It will not be an easy battle for sure,
of
but
course.
it'll take time, but you can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, like at this point of time, like since you said like about the safety concerns of women, like even I wanted to share something. Like even my father is kind of very conservative person. He's a businessman, like he's a very successful businessman, but still like me driving and going all the way to my office because my boutique was 45 minutes away from here, from my own place. So we have the office there, we have the showroom there and everything. But then like he was so much concerned before, like when I was driving from here, like every time he was very much concerned, like he was worried about that. And
Yeah,
not just,
yeah.
yeah. But then like when I started working from home and then like seeing my results and all this, and right now he's happy with this. Before like he used to say like, why do you want to worry? Like be happy with what your husband is earning, because he doesn't want his child to worry herself. So that is what, like, parents intention is not so bad. Like parents intention is to like their child is to be safety and everything, right? But
Right,
then
right, right.
now he started, like he has started feeling proud of things what we are doing and everything. So yeah, that's what, like once we are doing, it's not just mine. Like I'll just tell one of my friends journey. Like she is working actually, but she's a great inspiration for me. Like for her, like even the first family circle is not supportive. But then like I saw her learning, like she was doing her PhD during her night time. She's having two kids. Like she put a lot of hard work despite her family's, she went through a lot of trauma and everything. And then at one point of time, she got a job. She finished her PhD also successfully. And like I'm just making it very short, but then like she faced a lot of troubles as I know her personally. And she finished that thing, and then she didn't even get the support from her husband as well. And like she finished her PhD and she joined a college, and then she was working there. And her husband hubby was doing business that time, and then he went into loss and like everything. And now like her job and her studies, like that has supported her. And now the entire family has started supporting her. So that's the kind
Right.
of information I took from her. Whether it is job or entrepreneurship, like it applies to any woman. Like if you show the consistency and
Right.
hard work, somehow, like as you said, hide and seek, I think that is the
Yeah,
right word.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it has been a very insightful conversation, and the listeners are going to and the viewers are going to learn a lot from your journey. But if somebody wants to get in touch with you, wants to learn from you, or maybe wants to work with you, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
So they can contact me on LinkedIn. Like we can share the LinkedIn link in the channel link. Yeah.
Yes,
We,
I'll do that. I'll put the LinkedIn link in the description. And thank you so much, Saranya, for your time. It was an insightful conversation. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep supporting the female community.
thank you so much, Manmeet. It was great talking
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.